Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. I've got Kevin Lasser, JEMS Telehealth, on the show with me today. All right, Kevin, you were a guest on our iHeartRadio show. Now you're on our television show. To give our audience an idea of what JEMS does, and then I want to talk about the new joint venture you've got going.
Sure. Well, thanks, Michael. Always great spending some time with you. JEMS Telehealth, we started the company about 9 years ago. It's a great story. I didn't know what telehealth was. I was at a New Year's party about 9 years ago, and there was an executive from AT&T, and he said, "Hey, we have to make this communication secure. We have a large hospital that has some smaller hospitals where they can't get a neurologist to that hospital, and they need some advice if somebody it needs to get the key drug TPA." So we designed JEMS. That's really how we started JEMS. Since that time, we're in ambulances. We're all over the world. We have thousands of customers, and JEMS is really, with the right people at the other end, specialists, doctors, you're able to reach out to a specialist doctor 24/7, anytime, anywhere.
Brilliant, brilliant. There's definitely a need for you on a global scale. Now tell me about this new JV you've got going on.
Well, that's real exciting. We signed a joint venture in March. This is really the first we're announcing it, so thank you, with a company called Simple C out of Atlanta, Georgia. The CEO, I've known Dan Pompilio for about 8 years. I've done business with him, and he called me about 6 months ago, and he said, "Hey, Kevin, we want to add a telehealth modality to what we're doing." And I said, "Well, that sounds great to me, but what are you doing?" And he said, "Well, we have a couple thousand customers. We have 4 ongoing NIH grants, 28 research studies, and we're using artificial intelligence and predictive analytics." Now, those are big words.
Yeah.
You first hear that and you're like, yeah, whatever. You have 2,000 customers? What? Really? Can I talk to some of them? And I did. My partner, Susie, and I talked to some of his clients, and I've never talked to anybody like that. What the technology was doing for them.
That's what I want to know. What is it doing? That's interesting.
Yeah, so really, Simple C is a platform, a healthcare platform. And what it does is it works directly with patients, so it keeps patients on their healthcare plans and goals. In the event something doesn't go right, it will trigger an alarm or an event to the patient's family or the patient's caregiver, either or. It's a 360-degree triad of care, so that the 3 people that need to be involved in this, the patient, the caregiver, and the family, are actively involved. And the predictive analytics and artificial intelligence part of it cue to those people. It's predicting something before it becomes a bad event.
Whoa.
It's amazing,
That's
Michael. And to add the telehealth, the JEMS Telehealth piece, whereas now they can visit a doctor, it can queue telehealth calls. They have a relationship. We have a relationship with IBM. We reside inside of the IBM Watson brain. We have some amazing clients that we're signing on, not just nationally, but internationally. And it does so much for so many people. It's the next thing.
That's obvious. This is where healthcare is going. You've just defined it. Wow, that's brilliant. All right. Anything else? And we're going to talk more and more as you go on, so I want to keep these interviews with you brief because I know that you're very busy. But before we close, anything else you want to bring out before we close out on today's interview?
Yeah, just that when we started telehealth, everybody knew telehealth, but it wasn't really being used effectively. There's a lot greater use for it. We're really proud and happy to be on the forefront of that. People like telehealth, and they say, hey, it's great to have. What we're doing now with Simple C, it's different. People can't get along without it. The consumer, the patient has a smart device, and the platform, the software's with them 24/7. They won't let it go. It's different. It's special.
I see it. I love this. I love this picture. It explains everything on your website. You've got the stethoscope, but instead of having a little round device you put on your heart, it goes straight into your smartphone. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you.
Gosh. All right. It's been a real pleasure. Kevin, thanks for being on the show. I know we'll be talking again as you start rolling out this project and being able to dive into the case studies of how it's helping these people.
I love it. Thanks, Michael. Have a great day.
My pleasure. You too, Kevin.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining with us. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you again.